This is a response to WTF is going on in Israel. This is a video that was put up by the elder at a GMS Dallas Yashawamba. And he's doing a response to a video that was put up by Maccabees TV. The founder of this page is a priest Danya Allah, entitled Maharaka on the Hot Seat. That's the brother of the individual, originally from New York, dark-skinned, tall brother with the dreadlocks. He used to be down, you've seen him in a lot of earlier videos with Sabak's camp. I believe he was part of HOI, then I believe he went to he was in DC for a while, then he wound up somewhere in the Midwest. And you see on the picture there, you see the self-proclaimed Elder Qunath kind of going back and forth with Maharakar, and they bring up this one sister that about 3 or 4 of them had laid with that sister. You know, she was dealing with one brother, I believe it was Sabak, according to him, and then things didn't work out. Then she was dealing with another brother in that circle, and then she wound up dealing with maybe somebody else, and then she wound up dealing with Qunath. And you know, this going with GMS, this is why we don't have women in our thing. If you have a woman, leave your woman home. You don't got to bring your woman around us so she can learn. I want the sister to learn. Well, guess what? You learn this truth and you teach your woman. The Apostle Paul said that in 1 Corinthians, I believe that's a 14th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. If she will learn anything, let her ask her husband at home. If I'm not correct on that, I'm almost positive it's, I know it's in the book of 1 Corinthians. If she would ask anything, let her ask her husband at home, because her husband is the one that's supposed to ask the question and relay it back to the wife. When you have this commiserating going on with the Passover, you got sisters, you got brothers, and in the midst of all that, you have lust. You know, this is so you'll never hear about something like this in GMS, because we don't have no woman around us. Your woman, you keep your woman at home. I don't know what a brother's woman look like. I don't want the woman, I don't want him to say, well, brother, could you bless my woman? Could you anoint her with oil? Well, you come up in the knowledge, you anoint your own woman. Anyway, I'm not gonna. And Qunath, you're a hot mess, my man. You're not a man of the Most High. You came in. You proclaimed yourself an elder. You did a disappearing act. You disappeared for about a year. When I say disappeared, you didn't go out and speak no more for about a year and change, and then you just recently came back, and then you came back with a different doctrine. You're definitely not a man of the Lord. You're not one of the elect. You want to debate everybody, and that word debate goes to the word strife. It says some preach Yahushua for envy and strife, and that's you. That's you. You're not a part of this circle, my man, and you can take it any way you want to take it, man. I ain't never committed adultery with no woman that was in the circle of Israel, man. Back in the One West days, this is complete wickedness, and these guys pretty much take this thing as a joke, man. A lot of you guys don't even go out on the highways and the byways. Anyway, let's go to the word lascivious behavior. Lascivious behavior is sexual behavior or conduct that is considered crude or offensive, because that's adultery. One brother dealt with this woman, things didn't work out, she moved on, got with another brother in that circle. There could be different camps, but that, the whole unity camp thing, that didn't work out. Then she got with another brother. Basically, that woman was a hoe, man. Nothing righteous about that woman. The scriptures tell you about leading captive, silly woman, laden with sin, laden with iniquity. And that's what happened when these women come in here, man. You leave your woman at home. Leave your motherfucking woman at home. While you doing all this wickedness, GMS is steady out there teaching his word on the highways and the byways every week, doing the sit downs every day, not looking at some other brother's woman. Oh, I see that thing ain't gonna work out, I'm gonna hop on it. It says, or contrary to the local moral, which is a law, that's adultery. Adultery is a sin unto death, or other standards of appropriate behavior. In this sense, lascivious is similar in meaning to lewd, indecent, lascivious, unchaste, licentious. Now let's go to the scriptures. The word lasciviousness.
Strong's H 7533. Ratsats.
Hold up. I'm sorry, wrong. Let's try this again.
Strong's G 766. As-el-gaya.
That's the Greek word for lasciviousness. Lasciviousness means unbridled lust. When you got one woman, she dealing with one brother for a year or whatever, 6 months, they no longer dealing with each other. Then another brother that knows that first brother is dealing with that woman. Then another brother is dealing with that woman. Then another brother. What does it make that woman? And that what does that make you men? It says unbridled lust, meaning uncontrollable lust, excess, licentiousness, lasciviousness, wantonness, which means you're not disciplined, outrageousness, shamelessness, insolence. Sometime including other vices, filthy, wantonness. Now you have a couple of precepts. Mark 7 verse 22, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, which is unbridled sexual desire or lust, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. Romans 13 verse 3, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness. Wantonness is G766, which goes back to the word lasciviousness, which is unbridled lust. Not in strife and envy. And the word strife, when you look it up, it goes, one of the meanings is debate. Second Corinthians 12 verse 21, unless when I come again, my power will humble me among you, and that I shall bewail many which have sinned already, and have not repented of the uncleanness and fornication and lasciviousness. Meaning, when you come into this truth, you come in as you're changed, a new person, which they have committed. So when Paul went and taught the members of the church of Corinth and told them that, they were heavily into passing wives around. They had women that were teachers over men. So Paul is saying he had to go other places, and when he came back, he wanted to see what their, the attitude was, how they were carrying themselves, and they went right back into being wicked. Galatians 5 verse 19, now the works of the flesh are manifested, which are these: adultery, which is fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, Ephesians 4 verse 19, who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. Second Peter 2 verse 7, and delivered just Lot, which proves that Lot came back as an Israelite, because Paul referred to him as Lot being a just man. So Lot when he came back in the next life, he came back as an Israelite, vexed with the filthy. Now that word G766 is lasciviousness, unbridled sexual lust. And that was going on in that circle of these men, passing women around. And these women didn't have no problem with it. Conversations of the wicked. The last scripture, and I'm going to close, 2 Peter 2 verse 18, for when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh. The lust of the flesh. You have one sister, you deal with her, she moves on to another brother, then another brother, then another brother, and this was like the old One West. So old One West became the biggest whorehouse in Harlem, and that was the fault of the leadership, which are the seven. Through much wantonness, undiscipline, or lasciviousness, unbridled lust, sexual lust, those that were clean escape from them who lived in error. When you come into this truth, St. John the 3rd chapter, the Lord was speaking to Nicodemus and he said, you must be born again. The Apostle Paul speaks about being a new creature. So you coming in this thing with you, the demons that you had on you, you bringing the demons with you in this thing. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. It's on to the next one. Shalom.